Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create some folders, so compositions, on this iPad screen so that we can add in some screen slides. And we're going to make about 4 of them. So come into scene 1 and click on iPad. And now you'll be able to see that we've got our screen image here. What we want to do is create that into composition. So we need to right click on that and pre-compose. And you can hit Control Shift C or Command Shift C to create the pre-compose. And then what you want to do is we're going to call this one screen placeholder. Okay, so this is going to be basically the window or the screen of the iPad, and then within the screen placeholder we're going to create some separate screens which are going to hold the screens that are going to slide across. So we've got a screen placeholder here now. Let's double click on that. And what we need to do is actually resize the composition so it fits the same size as the image. So we need to come into Screen Placeholder, Composition Settings, and we're going to have to drag across and kind of resize this so that it fits roughly the size of the screen. So just play around with it a little bit. What I'm going to do is click OK, and I'm going to click on this button here so that I can see the background is black, so it makes it a little bit easier. Control Composition Settings and drag it over a little bit more. So that's about the width, and let's bring up the height. Okay, so let's have a look at that, see if that looks quite good. Okay, so a little bit, bring it across a little bit, something like that. Okay, so on the height, make it a little bit bigger, and on the width, a little bit shorter. So composition settings, width, let's say 931. Let's have a look at that. And that looks quite good. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe 930 by 515. Okay. Okay, so that looks quite good to me. And we're going to make this background color a different color. Let's make this one red, so that we can differentiate the different screens. So there's our screen placeholder, fits in nicely. So what we want to do now is, for the screen, we need to make some separate screens that are going to slide across underneath the screen placeholder. So I'm going to pre-compose this one as well. So I'm going to right click, pre-compose, and hit O, and type this one as screen 1 and hit OK. And let's have a look at this. So if I open this up, you'll see we've got our screen. And what we're going to do is come into these folders, and you want to try and find the same composition that's called screen 1, and for some reason it's popped into composition, so that's good. So what I want to do is duplicate that by hitting Control D or Command D, and I'm going to make 4 of these copies and select 2, 3 and 4 and drop them into this composition here, and we'll position them like so. Then what we want to do is we need to make it so that the screen stays on for maybe about 5 seconds each. So let's go and bring them like so, maybe about, yeah, let's say 5 seconds. And then I'm going to select screen 2 and hold down shift and click on 4 and drag them across. And then I'll bring it across again, and 10 seconds. And then I'm going to select 3 and 4, hold down shift and click and bring them across. And then for the 4th one, let's bring it to about 15 seconds and drag that one across as well. Okay, so what we want to do is go into each of these ones. So I'm going to go into 2. I'll change the background color so you can see the different screens when we go ahead and add some animations. So 3 now, make this one a green, just to show you. But again, we're going to go ahead and actually add in some nice animations onto our screens. But just to show you that the different screens, we can go ahead and just change up the colors a little bit and make this one a yellow one. Okay, cool. So now what we need to do is that we need to add some animation so the screen actually slides across. So what we need to do is I'm going to click on number 1 and hit P on my keyboard, P for position, or you can just simply drop these down, and on the transform you'll see it says position as well. So hit P so you can just bring up that one keyframe. I'm going to drag this in, and so you can see the seconds a bit better. And at 5 seconds, we're going to hit P for position, and then at about 6 seconds, or about just before 6 seconds, so about there, we're going to click and hold down shift and drag this screen across off the composition. So go in here a little bit so you can see it's exact. So I'm going to use the arrows on your keyboard as well to make it nice, like so. Okay, cool. So now what I want to do is I need to attach this screen to this screen so that when the screen moves, the other screen moves with it attached to it, like on an iPad. So what we want to do is click on screen 2, and this tool here, it says parent. What you want to do is click on this and attach it to screen 1. So screen 2 is attached to screen 1. So when screen 1 moves, screen 2 is going to move with it. And as you're able to see, just like that, moves across. Okay, cool. So we can come over here and see if it's attached properly. To bring it over here. So it's a little bit off, so what we need to do is select screen 2 and bring it across using the arrows on your keyboard. Doesn't have to be exact because we can make it a little bit better later on, so let's bring that in like so. Okay, so that's going to go on for about 5 seconds, so from about there to the start of the next one, so let's bring it across. And then for screen 2, let's hit P again for position, click on the stopwatch and bring it up to about just before 11, about there. And then what we're going to do is click on screen 2 and drag that one across as well. Let's go in here, see if it's nice on the side. Okay, a little bit over, a bit more. Here we go. And what we're going to do again is we need to select screen 3 and parent that one onto screen 2. Okay, so if we bring this across so we can see it, that looks quite good. And that looks nice. And then again over here for the last one, do the same thing. So screen 3, hit P for position, click the stopwatch at the start of there, and then bring it over, bring the timeline indicator just before 16 seconds. And again, we're going to pull this, click on screen 3 and pull it off the screen again. And something about there. And then what you want to do is get screen 4 and parent that onto screen 3. So that slides across nicely. So now if we go back over to our final movie, and as you'll be able to see when we scroll across, you'll see the screens kind of pulling across like so. And what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to create a hand, and we're actually going to create some movement so the hand actually swipes across at the same time as the screen moves, so it looks like we're actually pushing the screen across with our hand.